here we have our 2 Frisian cows. We only need the one closest to the cameraman, but why we draft out 2 is for company, because naturally cows are a herd animal and they don't like getting left behind. And as dairy farmers, we don't want to cause any unnecessary stress to the animals, keeping animal ethics and welfare in mind. So as you can see, and as I have said before, we only need the one cow. So this black and white cow here, she'll just turn around and go to the end of the pen. She'll just stand there until we are finished with this cow here and until they are both released and can go back to the paddock together. So as you can see, this cow walks into the wrangler, sniffs the flooring, and then backs out with me still in the way, trying to push her up. This is what you don't want to see in a video like this, as it may cause serious injury to the handler. If I was to do this video again, I wouldn't do that, and bear in mind what else I can do to keep myself and my other helper safe. What I should have done in the first place is use exactly what I'm doing now and use the steel gate. So if she backs out, she can back into the steel all she likes. But luckily in this video she just walks on in and she just goes in the head bale, and yeah, I pull the string and that's it. So when I was getting the cows up before with my assistant Bernadette, you saw in my hand there was a steel bar, but what you didn't see, as it's too small for the camera to spot, is a little wee pin. So I was carrying the bar and pin, so I'm putting the pin in the bar now. So I've put the bar through the holes. This is just to make sure if the cow does slip out of the head bale, because it wasn't tight enough or for some reason a bolt has come loose, she can't necessarily get right out of the wrangler. She'll just have to stand there. And so what I asked my assistant to do was to put the straps underneath the cow so I can reach on the other side instead of putting my hand underneath the cow and putting myself or my arm in danger. What I'm doing now is unwinding the hook, so the chain strap that I have to lift up, make sure it can reaches the hook. And later on down the track, so I did the front and now I'm doing the back, and so before I start winding up and just lifting the cow slightly off the ground, I have to make sure that both straps are even with the exact same number of hole, and then I start winding it up just to get access to the foot so I can lift it up and do whatever I like to it, really, without causing the cow any uncomfortable or being uncomfortable or any stress or pain, or we just want to give her relief really from what she's actually been experiencing in the first place. So this is me putting the foot down. We've just done the job. We've kept the same pedometer on her, but we've done the new strap because the old strap was pushing. It was in between the hoof and the hock, and the strap was wide enough to push every time she took a step, it would put the pressure on the strap, which would push the hocks up and the hoof skin, like the skin of the hoof, down, and that would definitely cause blisters in the long run. But luckily we saw that straight away and we changed it. So what I'm doing now is really just putting the hoof down and being really careful about it, and making a big loop, and then making sure that putting my arm around the steel bar. If I did put my arm between the steel bar and the hoof, there is a possible chance that she could lash out and she could easily have broken my arm. So that's why I went around the steel pole. So right now I'm just loosening everything up now, which is the straps, just letting them drop to the ground and letting her stand up properly, which she just has now. Done.